Hello everyone, I'm here in Silksong today in front of my unopened home in Belhart with my beautiful nest where Craws are giving me so much money. The 12 rosary beads? Hornet has never seen that much money in her whole life. But the thing you might find striking about this image, other than the house being closed, is there's no void anywhere to be seen. And that is because Hornet has done nothing wrong in this timeline. She is just living out her life in Act 2, eventually going to kill Grandmother Silk for capturing her and having her sent here. But right now, she's just got her home and her beautiful passive income all in Act 2. And you may wonder, Kilroy, how the hell did you manage to pull this off? And I'm gonna burst your bubble immediately. It is with the no-clip ability I found. So yes, as things stand, I don't know if there is a way to get that craw bell and to attach it to your house without no-clipping into their room or without doing it the correct way and getting the craw summons in Act 3. However, if you want to have a beautifully strong source of income in Act 2, and you can see I'm in Act 2, like what I'm showing there, all my abilities are Act 2, then all you have to do is follow what I do in this video, and you can make Hornet the true god of the craws. And I labeled the video as I did because Hornet is not going to fight the craws to stave off some kind of guilt. She has been given no summons. No, Hornet is coming in as an invading force, ready to take over and rule the craws with an iron fist. And I am here to facilitate that for her. So let's get started. This skip will get started, as all my softlock videos do recently, using the Soak Eater glitch against Grandmother Silk. Yes, it may surprise you to learn, but while Team Cherry did recently release a patch fixing many glitches, this one is entirely untouched. At the very least, it is on the PS5, because that's what I'm playing on, but I saw a lot of other glitches get patched on the PS5, but not this one. So you can still no-clip Grandmother Silk and utilize that to do whatever you want essentially in Act 2. But today we're specifically using it to run over to the room where the Court of Craws is assembled. Now, in case you don't know, I'm going to show the path here, and I'm going to show you the specific way you have to go while using this no-clip glitch to avoid getting soft-locked and unable to control Hornet. Now, first, you cannot go to Belhart's Bellway. You must go to Greymoor, so you must have Greymoor's Bellway unlocked. And as always with this glitch, you want to spam pause upon leaving any bell beast so that you don't lose control of Hornet and you can get yourself back inbound. If you haven't seen any of my previous glitches having to do with this no-clip, I recommend just looking through pretty much any of the videos that have been released in the last couple of days or weeks, because a lot of them end up utilizing this glitch and give a more specific overview of how it works, what you should do. The main things you need to know for this video is upwards loading zones are a big no-go, and that's the reason why you have to go to the Greymoor Bellway. If you try to go to Belhart and come this direction, you will be faced with multiple upward facing loading zones, and if you ever go into those loading zones, Hornet will just float up for all of eternity come the room she enters, and you will not be able to control her. You will not even be able to pause. You will be fully locked out of control and have to reset your entire game. And we don't want to see that. We just want to make a nice casual stroll that does not involve horizontal, well, sorry, it only involves horizontal loading zones for the most part. You'll see what I mean once we get to the place. But as things stand right now, once you leave Greymoor's Bellway, you can walk casually through enemies, through walls, all the way to the room of the Craws. Now, upon entering this room in Greymoor, you may remember a door that is locked with seemingly no normal way to open it. That is this door, and it's normally open in Act 3. But because walls are just a suggestion to us, we can just go through it right now. But the problem is you won't be able to see what's beyond it. So you want to go around the middle of this area and float down. But the thing is, I lied, and you don't want to do that. What you just saw is the problem with downwards loading zones. Fortunately for all of us, it's a problem that is easily resolved. So if you're going into a downwards loading zone, you want to sprint down into it and hold charge attack while doing so. I don't have a good explanation for the charge attack, I've just found it helps. And try to sprint down into it, as in an airward sprint, down, while close to the loading zone as possible. Now, you could very easily ignore the entire Court of Craws event, walk to the left through the wall, and here you go. You've got your Craw belt. You had to face no judgment, you had to do nothing, and you can just have a little army of Craws giving you free stuff. But we are not here for just the Craw belt. No, no, no. We are here to become the Crawmother. Which means, as a show of dominance, we are invading their court of justice without any summons, and without a reason to be here. And we are going to demolish them. We are going to attempt to demolish them anyway. For as you can see, while there are positives to fighting here early, like the fact that all of the Craws only deal 1 mask of damage, unheard of in Silksong, I know. But there is no void in this game right now, so there's no void enemies to do crap tons of damage to Hornet. However, the problem with combat like this is, as you can see, I can't exactly jump around and have ground to fall into. I'm constantly at risk of falling off the map entirely, so I have to be very careful with how I move. I feel like I'm in 5 pebbles in Rain World right now. That's what this movement feels like when you're trying to fight with no clip in Hollow Knight Silksong. So yeah, it's not easy to do, but the thing about that is, it doesn't matter if it's not easy to do. This video is meant to be a show of absolute dominance by Hornet over the Craws in Act 2. So I'm gonna come back and humiliate them. When you want to be viewed as a higher being, do you fight them on their level? Do you go one-on-one, man-to-man, woman-to-Craw? No. You go and you show them that their reality is false, and that you are the new ruler of it. The one and true ruler of it. The one who should have always been perched up there, making the orders, making the decisions. The one who is godlike, not only in her combat ability, but specifically in her ways to move around the world. And you can see how angry they get by the fact that Hornet can just simply leave their silly little court and have them come up to the wall where they try to reach her, and where she gets to pick them off one by one with minimal effort. And the second Hornet thinks there's any actual danger she's facing, she can just go out of bounds again. Leave them to their silly little attempts to kill her, and kill them all instead. So, that is a nice way to say that this is the best way to be fighting enemies when your normal combat style doesn't work. Hey, it's just the way you should do things. If your normal way of doing things isn't working out for you, then it's not your time to just brute force it through when you have other options. And we certainly do have other options. One of those options is to get pushed out of the world by the Crawfather's aura. And that's something you want to be careful of, because if you get too far down and you don't have a Fade Down Cloak to use, you will be stuck there. Fortunately, we do. And funnily enough, their old father, their old ruler, is one of the weakest creatures you have to deal with here. Because he will consistently either dive into the wall, where he can do nothing, or he will just run towards you. And by run I mean walk slowly, where you can just continuously beat on him until he's knocked over, and then you repeat the process. Now he'll get some more moves, he'll call in some more Craws, some more false members of his court that we will soon be taking under our rule. But the thing is, it doesn't matter, because as long as you continue to hit them, you can just leave and heal if you ever do take damage. and he will continuously be the largest hitbox by far, so all you have to worry about is not falling out of the map. A very difficult prospect, I'm sure. It's not fully a joke, it is easy to fall out of the map sometimes, but as long as you're careful enough, then this will be a simple process. And while I am doing this all to prove my own dominance, this is also the only way for you to get the Craw... I forget the specific name. The Craws give you a memento in Act 3 for defeating them. And that memento in Act 3 says that it absolves you of all past and future crimes. But the thing is, we have committed no crimes. So I don't even want this stupid memento. I'm gonna pick it up, but I don't want it at all. And to show my utter contempt for these Craws and all they've done to me, all I'm going to do with this memento is ruin this save file. So let's go out, softlock ourselves forever, and give our final insult to the Craws as their new mother. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Have a good day.